Today we're going to do part 2 of the video that we started last year. We're going to show you guys how to hook up outdoor patio speakers. Here at this installation we have one rock speaker, and then up on by the patio we're going to do 2 patio speakers. I'm going to show you guys how to connect it all, how to control it all. It's going to be a really cool installation. It's been one that you guys have been asking for a long time, since last year to be exact. So sorry. If any of you guys follow the channel, you guys know that I'm also a father of 6, full-time medical school student. I'm now in my 4th year, and if anybody knows anything about medical school, they know the 4th year is a little more relaxed, and it's true. It is a little more relaxed. I have a little more free time. So we're gonna start shooting some more videos, get all caught up again, but no more babble, no more talkie-talkie. Time to get started. Okay, let's get situated with what's going on out here. My rock speaker is going to go right here. I'm going to have 2 patio speakers that are going up there kind of to the left and right of my sliding glass door. Those speakers are going to be throwing sound here to the patio and to the lawn over there where people will be playing. This rock speaker here is going to be throwing sound towards this part of the grass and towards the trampoline, and it should just give between those 3 speakers, it should give a good blend of audio to the entire backyard. We did a really rad installation last year where we got the wiring from the attic. We ran through one of the walls on the main floor, and then we went down into the basement. We did all of that without cutting any unnecessary holes in the walls. If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out. Really cool. We used some really cool tools, show some really cool techniques. I'm not going to go over it now, but go back and watch that video. I'll provide a link in the description below. So we got the wires from the attic down through this floor, down into the basement. Now those wires are just hanging out in the basement, ready to come out here into the backyard. And then we have the wires that are in the attic, and those wires in the attic are getting ready to go down to the rack. So what we need to do today is we need to get the wiring out of the basement. We're going to put a pipe coming down the wall, and that pipe is going to hold the wire for the outdoor speaker. We're also going to put an outlet back here, because if we're going to do movie nights, I want to be able to plug in a projector that's going to shoot up on the screen. And then we're going to use a really cool bit of technology called an HDMI balun. What the HDMI balun is going to let us do is to use the DVD player that's mounted on the AV rack in my office to play on the projector out here. It's going to be a really cool installation. The reason I want to do that is all I want to have out here is just a projector sitting on the table shooting on a screen. All the sound is going to come out of these speakers. All of the signal is going to be controlled back in my office on the AV rack with my phone. It's going to be a really cool, slick project, minimizing equipment, minimizing the amount of nonsense out here, just a really cool, slick project. So to summarize what we have going on out here, we're going to have a connection for the HDMI balun, we're going to have power for the projector, and we're going to have wiring that all comes out here, goes to this speaker. Then we're going to have wiring that goes to the speakers over there. And then I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to control it all, which is really a whole video in itself. This is my dedication to you guys. It's raining, and I'm out here shooting videos for you. Okay, so here we are. We're going to try to talk about how to set up all of your boxes and piping and everything for what you're going to do. There's really like limitless options, and it just depends on how much work you want to do and what you want it to look like. So for me, this is a dryer vent. This right here, this is the piping for my sprinkler. This is called an LB. It's just a little pipe connector. It's got one hole that goes into the wall, and it's got this removable cap on the back, and it's got another connector that goes down. So it goes through the wall, and then it goes boom, down, and then just goes over to my sprinkler box. That's an LB for the sprinkler wires. This right here, this is it's a junction box, and it's also set up for a 30 amp plug. This is for my RV. I didn't have to do it here. Like, I'm never going to park an RV or run it off of here, but it just made sense since it was already kind of a 30 amp circuit just to put a plug here. So now I've got the option of I've got to put in an electrical box, and I've got to put in another box where I'm going to put the connector for the HDMI balun. Let's talk about the options for an electrical outlet first. Once again, there's like limitless, okay? As long as it's by code, it's secure, it's safe, it's weatherproof, it doesn't matter. Don't get too carried away with the details. I could take a box and I could like mount it to the side of this thing right here, and I could run my electrical circuit through here, kind of through this box, drill a hole in the side of this box, and then mount this guy on the side. that's something I could do. Another option is I could take an electrical box and I could mount it to the surface right there. Another option is I could chip away the brick and put the electrical outlet kind of inside the wall, so its surface mount looks like it was always part of the structure. There's like many more. This depends on like the work you want to do and on what you want it to look like when it's all done. What I decided to do is I'm going to take this electrical box, I'm going to come over here to the side and I'm going to make it surface mounted. I've already got two things here. I'm going to add another one for the HDMI balun, and also that's going to connect my wires that go down to the speaker. I might as well just put one more and make it for the electrical outlet. That will make this wall look kind of busy, but we got to be honest here. This is something that you're going to look at one time. It's going to drive you insane when you install it. You're going to wish that it looked different, but none of the options look great. None of the options are fantastic, and once this is installed, it's just like the outside of my house. It's kind of off to the side. Nobody's ever going to look at it again. So you just kind of have to like, what can I tolerate? Okay, and all of you like YouTube building inspectors, don't go judging me because I didn't put any straps on my pipes. I'll probably do that at some point. I don't know. To summarize, this is the plan. This right here is going to hold my connector for the HDMI balun. There's a hole at the bottom of this box, so there's going to be a pipe. This is going to mount somewhere around here. There's going to be a pipe that comes out of the bottom, goes down into the ground, and then the wire is going to go over to the speaker. The speaker is right there. That's going to go here. This right here is going to be for an electrical outlet. It's going to go something like that. There's not going to be any pipes connected anywhere to it because there's no reason for me to run any more electrical circuits coming out of this. And I know for a fact that I have an electrical wire right on the other side of this wire that I can tag into in an unfinished bathroom. So it won't be any problem to connect this all. Besides that, I have a really killer concrete hammer drill I love using, so why not? I'm gonna bust that sucker out and get going. You know, I do want to make this look as nice as possible, make it look like at least I tried. So let's get the spacing right, about 3.5 inches. The next one we're gonna do is this guy. I'll probably just try to center on that box. All right, this is a hammer drill. Just gonna use 1/4-inch anchors in these holes right here. In the brick, I'm using these anchors right here. They're called one-timers. They're called one-timers because you can only use them once. Okay, one box is up. I drilled the hole in the back already. That hole didn't come in the back, I drilled it in. And I'm gonna put the electrical box up. With our boxes mounted on the wall, remember this one here is gonna be an electrical outlet. This one here got a little skewed when I put in the one-timers. The box got a little distorted. Kind of a bummer, but there's going to be a faceplate over the top of it. You'll never actually see the box itself, so bummer, but it's going to be fine. Just going to drill through the holes in the back of each box, and that'll get me into the basement. On the other side of this, right here, that's where the basement ceiling is. I already know that because that's where I've done these. I'm using a 5/8 inch hammer drill bit to get through the wall. Should be fine. Now, I just know, because I've done this before, that after I get through this layer of brick, I'm going to have some plywood. I'm going to get through that with this 9/16 drill bit. Which is not long enough. I need an extension. Also, check to make sure you know what's on the other side of the wall before you start drilling, especially long drill bits like this. You don't want to go through duct or plumbing or electrical without stuff. Okay. I am through both holes. Now all I should have to do is just go back there and push the wire out. Here we are in the basement. I drilled, and the two holes that I drilled came up here and here. The one here, all we have to do is just push out a piece of Romex. Romex is going to be this white electrical cable. Typically you'd use 14.2 Romex. Even though it says 14.2, there's actually 3 wires in there. 14.2 is 14 gauge, 2 conductor, but there's actually a third conductor in there, which is the ground. I don't have any 14.2, all I have is 14.3. So I'm using 14.3, and I'm just going to cut off that extra conductor. So the 14.3 is just going to push through the wall. I'm going to tie into this outlet right here. We'll put a GFI on the outside so it's all legit. And then the wire that we're going to run outside into the other box is going to be the speaker wire, which is going to be 2 wires. I'll explain why we're doing 2 wires instead of 1. And then we're going to run this blue one. This is a Cat 6 cable. This is the wire that we're going to use for the balun. So my son Brady, he's going to help me with the wiring. He's going to push this blue Cat 6 and these 2 speaker cables out to me, and he's going to push the Romex out to me also. And one more thing, I do have a coax cable here. I had this whole plan and what I was going to do with the coax cable. I'm not going to do that anymore. The coax cable is probably just going to get coiled up and left up here in the ceiling or put in the wall or something. I'm not going to do anything with it. Right now my son is going to push the wires out to me for the balun and for the speakers. Go ahead, Brady, push it through. Okay, Brady, that's it. That's good. That's it. The wires are here. To recap, these wires go from here into the basement, up through a wall on the main floor, into the attic, and right now they're sitting in the attic waiting to get dropped down to my rack. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you tune in next week where I'm going to post a video where we run the wire to that outdoor rock speaker, we connect it, and we do the connection for that HDMI balun. This has turned out to be such a cool installation, guys. I'm so glad that you've been following along on this journey. See you next week.